call with Troop Support from Wendy and I and the rest of Troop Support. We are so happy that you could spend some time with us tonight. My name is Brittany Carlazzi, and I work as the Service Unit Support Specialist in the Omaha and Lincoln area. I'm going to let Wendy introduce herself real quick, who's leading this call with me tonight.
Sure. I'm the Troop Support Specialist in the Southeast area based out of Lincoln.
We do have most of the troop support team on tonight to help answer any questions. Before we get going, I do want to thank you all for everything you do to carry out the Girl Scout mission in your area and the constant, unwavering passion and commitment you have to delivering Girl Scouts in your area. Truly, we wouldn't be able to give the Girl Scout experience across our state without you. So thank you for all that you do. The topics that we'll be discussing tonight are incorporating financial literacy and cookie badges, the entrepreneurial family pins, as well as other cookie selling topics. We will have a prize at the end of the call, so look forward for that. Please feel free if you have any questions or comments to put them in the chat or raise your hand and we will get to them. I will now hand it back over to Wendy to get us officially started.
Sure. Thanks, Brittany. So tonight we're fortunate enough to have a guest speaker. I want to introduce Eleanor Seft. She's a third grade Brownie in a Girl Scout troop in Lincoln. Her favorite Daisy badge was coding, and her favorite Brownie badge so far is snacks. And her favorite thing to do in Girl Scouts is sell cookies. She's going to give us a Girl Scout perspective on selling cookies, and we really appreciate her being with us tonight. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Eleanor. You can unmute yourself and get started.
Hi, my name is Eleanor, and I'm going to be talking about Girl Scout cookie selling. One thing we do is we share cookies that if people can't have sugar, we ask them to donate boxes to teachers, hospital staff, or something else that we give it to, and we donate all the boxes of cookies to them. We drop them off as a troop. We set initial goals and increase as we go. When I was first selling cookies, my goal was 100, and I increased it all the way to 1,000, and I got my goal. We do door-to-door versus booth. I like door-to-door better than booth because you don't have to stand there waiting for customers, and you can walk around. And then,
do you like booths?
I like booths, but not as much as door-to-door sales. Then I wear my vest when I sell, and that makes people know what my troop is and that I'm a Brownie.
Do people ask you about the badges?
Huh?
Do people ask you about the badges you earned?
People sometimes ask me about the badges I learned, and I tell them what they mean. And then I memorize cookie names, box colors, and pricing. My favorite way to do it is with flashcards that my troop leader made, that they say the cookie name on the back, and then you have to guess which one it is or what color packaging it is. And then last Girl Scout meeting, we did a scavenger hunt. We hunted for money around the room that we go in for Girl Scouts, and we collected all the money. We were split into groups, and we collected all the money together. We added it up, and then we switched with the other group because we were split into two groups, and we saw if their answer was correct by adding their money up again. Does anyone have any questions?
Eleanor, it's Wendy. I've got a question. So how do you determine your goal? Like how is it like the first year it was probably a little random because it was your first year, but then after that, how do you determine how many boxes you want to sell and then figure out how much money you want to like what do you want to earn that money for? Does that make sense? That's a loaded question.
Well, to determine what we want to do money for, we before we sell cookies, everyone says what they want to do money for, and then
Like earn on the reward trip. So tell them that.
and then the winning.
So she's talking about the reward sheet that has all the different items on it. She picks the item that they want to earn. No. Oh, are you talking
When we're
about our
voting-
trip price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we pick the winning how many people wanted to go there,
So a troop trip.
the troop trip, and then that's where we go. And then for my goal, I go off what I did the first year. So last year I did 2,000. So I'm like 2,024 this year.
And
Because
that-
it's
is that how-
higher. Huh?
Go ahead because it's higher.
And so I get to sell more cookies, but then it's not too high.
So the first year, how did you set your goal?
I set my goal by what prize I wanted most. And then after I hit that goal, I kept going up. So I went to 750, which was the highest prize on the sheet. And then I went up to like 1,000, and then
You ended at 1,100.
I ended at 1,100.
Perfect. And so your troop must have a couple choices for the troop trip, and then you use like a democratic process to vote. And the one that gets the most
Yeah.
votes is what you do.
As long
Do you
as
want to
you
share
earn
what?
enough.
As long as we earn enough money.
Oh, okay, perfect. And so do you want to share with us what your troop trip was last year?
Last year, we went to Camp Catron and Great Wolf Lodge.
Yep.
So last year they voted, and they voted and they wanted both, but the majority was for Camp Catron, and then they said that if they earn enough, they wanted to do both of them, and they did. So they ended up with 2 trips last year. Do you want to share what you did the first year for this troop?
The first year we went to the Omaha Zoo and camped next to the lions.
Perfect.
Overnight.
How many girls are in your troop, Eleanor?
Right now 13, last year 18.
Right now 13, last year 18.
First year 10.
First year we had 10.
Great. So I think we might have a couple new co-leaders on the call tonight who might be co-leaders of younger girls, so daisies and brownies. So can you think of any advice or do you have any best practices, anything you want to pass along to them? You can think about it a second if you need to.
We know our cookies before we sell, and we know the prices. And then we do like a little spiel to sell the cookies, and we know what we're gonna say.
It sounds like a good process you got there. That's funny. Okay, so you think you've shared with us everything that you've got? Okay, well Eleanor, I really appreciate you being on the call tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eleanor. Awesome. So we'll move along. It was great to hear from Eleanor. She's truly a great Girl Scout. We're going to talk about the 5 business skills within the cookie program. So there are 5 of the cookie program. It does strive to teach. These skills are important within the Girl Scout leadership experience and execution of that experience. I'll quickly go over them. The first is goal setting. So troops and girls set cookie business goals individually and with a team, and then create a plan to reach those goals. This skill assists girls in developing a strong sense of self, cooperation, and team building skills. The next skill is decision making. Girls and troops decide what they want to do with their troop funds, how to market their cookie business, and how to adjust their plans as they encounter new challenges and opportunities. This skill assists in development of critical thinking and problem solving. Another important skill is money management, something everyone needs to know. As troops and girls develop and manage a troop budget, take cookie orders, track their sales, the learning of this skill assists in building confidence of handling money and managing money. This life skill, again, is crucial for all to learn. The next skill is people skills. The cookie program assists in teaching troops and girls how to talk to, listen to, and work with customers. Just like Eleanor said, how they memorize the cookies, how they work on that spiel to best execute and represent their self and Girl Scouts and their troop. Um, these experiences they have interacting with people and customer service skills help them develop healthy relationships and conflict resolution skills. The last skill within the cookie program is business ethics. As girls learn to run their businesses using the Girl Scout law as a guide, they learn the value of being honest and responsible every step of the way. This helps girls practice putting the positive values they learn as Girl Scouts into action to become ethical leaders. Learning and utilizing these skills can look very different at every level and can be used in a variety of ways in the Girl Scouts journey in the cookie program. For example, these skills can be used as discussion points for older girls or role play activities for younger girls to help all gain confidence and feel empowered throughout the cookie program. Family, of course, plays a very key role within the program for learning and developing these skills. Above were just a few examples of how participating in the cookie program teaches Girl Scouts skills that will help them grow into leaders in their own life, leaders in business, and leaders in the world. I'm going to hand it back over to Wendy to talk about the financial literacy cookie badges and other cookie selling tips.
Thanks, Brittany. So I think one of the reasons we chose this topic during this time frame is it's kind of perfect timing, the December, January, to work on these badges and to help girls develop skills through earning the badges in order to sell cookies when we get started in mid-February. So I began co-leading in 2005 when my daughter started kindergarten, and I followed her and her friends through 12th grade. So that's 13 cookie sales. I was not the troop cookie manager, but we had a great one. And so I just really want to thank you all for all you do for girls to have a Girl Scout cookie selling experience. So we're going to start with what badges are available. And so under each Girl Scout level, Daisy through ambassadors, there are cookie badges and financial literacy badges. And all of those badges, including the cookie badges and the literacy badges, are in the volunteer toolkit, which is also known as the VTK. So if you're a new leader or a new volunteer and are having trouble navigating the volunteer toolkit, reach out to your troop support specialist or member support. So at each level, there are 2 cookie business badges, except for cadets where there are 3, and then each represents 1 year at that level. So for example, Daisies are kindergarten and first graders, and so there's a cookie badge for the first year and a cookie badge for the second year. This is the same for financial literacy badges. And then at each level, there's 1 entrepreneurship badge. In the VTK under resources, there's a graphic showing all of the badges that the girls may earn at each level. And I think if we don't share it here now, we're going to send it in a follow-up email. So kindergarten, just for example, kindergarten and first grade Daisies may choose between My First Cookie Business and Cookie Goal Setter badges, and then Money Explorer and My Money Choices for financial literacy badges. Girls will find out about cookies, decide how to use money and set a goal and practice their sales pitch. They will also set a package goal and learn how to share goals with customers. Girls will learn about coin and paper money and practice using both. Discovering the difference between a need and a want, setting goals and saving for those needs and wants, along with exploring money choices are also covered. These basic principles of setting goals, knowing their product, handling money, setting priorities for using Cookie Profit, and interacting with customers progress at each level. And we also have a progressional chart that we're going to share with you in a follow-up email. And if, you know, whether you've been with Girl Scouts for a few years or just recently got started, we have each of our programs are progressional. So our outdoor experience, our entrepreneurship, and so there's a graphic we've got that will show that. Then just kind of skipping ahead, cadets, as an example of an older girl level, will also set goals and a budget, but their aspirations may be more sophisticated or involved, like planning for multiple years, where they might be taking a big trip or doing a big project. They'll also write a business plan, create a mission statement, and develop a marketing plan and marketing campaign. Daisy and Brownie badges may be earned in a meeting, while cadet and older levels may need 2 or more meetings and may even require some outside time outside of meetings to complete. So this not only applies to cookie and financial literacy badges, but for all badges. If you're not going to do those badges, you can make that curriculum available to your parents, and then the families and the girls can do those badges together. And then also just I think a lot of leaders know this, but if a girl misses a meeting, you could give them the opportunity to make up that badge on their own. I also want to mention, we took a list at the or took a look at the list and noticed that a lot of you are larger multi-level troops, and so I want to mention that on the last page of the badge, those correlating badges across the levels. And so this chart will help you identify which badge at each level, which badge applies for each level, and then you can take a look at them and see where there's crossover and how you can work those different levels basically together. So then we did best practices then, Brittany? So there's a few things along the way that, you know, just experience with Girl Scouts, experience selling cookies, that I've just come to know. And so I want to share some of those with you. I mean, Eleanor touched on a lot of them, did a really good job. But the first one is communicate with customers. So at the very least, girls should be able to tell customers their numeric and or monetary goals. So how many cookies they're trying to sell and how much money they're trying to earn. They may also be asked what they are going to do with the money they earn. That might have been redundant. So for our youngest Girl Scouts, they may be a canned response, such as earn Girl Scout badges and go to programs and camps. So through the badge work, these responses, girls can, we can help them prepare for those responses, and they can practice them in those meetings or with their families also. So the GSLE, the Girl Scout Leadership Experience, that experience should guide volunteers in helping girls with the cookie program. So basically what the GSLE is that girls make age and level appropriate decisions regarding their Girl Scout experience. And so they're able to give feedback and influence what they want to do and how they want to spend their money. And within that process is what helps them develop their decision-making and leadership skills. In a perfect world, at a Back to Troop meeting, girls would have planned for the year and determined a budget. Using that budget, girls can set goals based on how many cookies the troop needs to sell and how many cookies each girl needs. So breaking it down by girl in order to do the things that they plan to do. Manners is huge. Girl Scouts absolutely have to say thank you. I think we all know of situations we've been in, maybe sometimes like at the grocery store checkout or department store, whatever, when someone hasn't said thank you, and a thank you is warranted. And so it's really important that girls are able to do that. And then if an adult is saying thank you, also that kind of reinforces that. And it's an easy way to show appreciation for that customer support. One of the things that we've done as a troop is make business cards, just little business card size thank yous. And in doing that, you can also put information about follow-up sales. So if you need more cookies, or someone else who needs more cookies, then you can list the parent's phone number or parent email, and then that's kind of a lead, if you will, and then also serves as a thank you. Let's face it, young girls, daisies and brownies, can sometimes sell cookies based on their charm and cuteness. And so in my experience, as girls get older, they really need to appeal to a customer's sense of like their intellect, and be able to give age appropriate and responses to questions they have and about their goals. And it is our job as leaders to help girls prepare for selling at different Girl Scout levels. We talk about the girl run business. And so because cookies is the largest girl run business in the world, we really need to treat it and treat it as such, and apply those business principles so that when girls go out into the world and go to college and get their own jobs, that they can take those skills with them. So knowing who their customers is one example of knowing their business, and it's the first step. Knowing who the repeat customers is the next level. And I kind of want to give you an example of a situation where knowing customers really paid off. So after the first year of selling cookies, girls could keep a copy of their order forms. And so from that form and the following year and beyond, they can reach out to those customers again. So those would become your repeat customers. And then each year they can continue to build that customer base and just take that to the next level. As they look at that list of customers and they see how much they buy, how many packages of cookies they've purchased, they could even prioritize, which customers they're going to reach out to first. Knowing your product, as Eleanor said, girls should know about the variety of cookies and be able to tell customers which one is their favorite. I can't even guess how many times girls get asked that question. I think customers just really want to start up a conversation. That's maybe the easiest question to ask. So it's kind of important that girls know what those cookies taste like. The first year that we sold cookies, basically our troop bought a package of each. And you may not be able to do that, but if you can do, a couple of the most popular ones, or, for example, if we had a new cookie, you could do it with that one. So then the girls can communicate what those, what those cookies taste like, what they thought of them. One of the other things that selling Girl Scout cookies does is kind of, it helps girls with career exploration. So through Girl Scouts and the cookie program, girls will have opportunities to explore career options that may help them to become accountants, marketing or sales reps, graphic artists, communication specialists, and so on. There's a lot of little things that make a big difference. I think one of those is a girl's ability to count change. And so if girls are doing a booth, and this actually can be like a downtime type of thing. If you don't have customers and you haven't been able to do it in a meeting, you can help them count change back. And then I'll conclude with one of the kind of fun stories I've told through the years. I always ask girls if they want to know the sales secret. And so it's not really a secret, but pretty effective way to get more sales and with little effort. The secret is asking a customer to whom you've just made a sale if they know anyone else who wants to buy Girl Scout cookies. And so in Lincoln, I know that for sure this has happened at a door-to-door sale. A girl asked the question and a gentleman told him that his mom who lived in a certain neighborhood had not had a Girl Scout stop by for years because the Girl Scout had graduated. And so the Girl Scout went to that neighborhood and really hauled in. And so, I mean, just that little ask maybe will help you or help girls reach their goal and be able to get the money they need to do the things that they want to do. So then let's see, I think we're going right into support, right, Brittany? So then I think you're on mute. Were you responding to me?
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good, Wendy.
Okay. So just lastly, I just want to reiterate that there are cookie resources available. So if you have questions, if you need to know about processes, or there's some gray area or blank spaces somewhere, just make sure that you reach out to someone. Those people that can help are your troop support specialists, your product service coordinators, product program managers, and also member support. If you aren't sure where to start with your member support, or your troop support specialists. Upcoming town hall meetings are a great resource also. And those are actually, like tonight, opportunities to present questions and get like real-time answers. And because all of us are human and some of us have been doing this for a long time, I mean, if you've asked the question and you still don't have the answer, or you still don't understand, just keep asking. And I mean, I don't want to give you the impression that you're going to have to ask 10 times, but I mean, if you don't get the answer that you need, just make sure you keep working until you do. So I think that concludes with the part that I have.
Yes, so I'm going to talk about the family entrepreneurial pins real quick. As we all know, the family plays an important and crucial role within a Girl Scout's journey as a Girl Scout and in the cookie program. They're supporting her and assisting in the development of skills. There are family entrepreneurial pins available for earning at each level in each year within that level. These pins can easily be earned while earning other cookie badges and financial literacy badges, and tie in well with the goals of the overall cookie program. So a lot of objectives and goals girls are meeting as they're earning these badges coincide directly with these pins. The pins assist in maximizing cookie experience for girls, troops, and their families. As I said before, there is a corresponding pin for each year and in each level. The objective of each pin shows the progression of a girl through the cookie program, from families helping daisies run their first cookie business to ambassadors expanding their network to allow cookie sales to reach their full potential. There is a coinciding form that girls and families will fill out and work on together that include tasks, goals, and objectives. And these forms and handouts can be found, give me one second, under resources for cookie sellers in the cookie badges and pins section. We will also send this out as well, this link. Perfect. Wendy, you talked about cookie resources. Are there any questions before we do our prizes and close? And if you think of a question right after this call ends, feel free to reach out over email, or if you think of a question in a week, feel free to reach out to anyone, Wendy or I, or anyone on troop support or member support. So I think we're good to hand out our prize. Is one volunteer will receive 5 programs on demand. So Amanda, if you want to go ahead and assist with that.
Yes. So as I'm sitting here watching this great call, I feel like our winner tonight should be Miss Eleanor and her troop, for doing such a great job sharing about her troop cookie experiences. So
Love it.
Eleanor, I'll be reaching out to your mom tomorrow, and we'll get you some programs on demand.
Love it. So to wrap up, thank you all for attending this town hall. I really hope you had a great time, learned something new, and are able to take this back to your troop and get some badges and pins for our girls. We hope to see you at our next town hall, which is February 1st at 7 p.m. Central Time. Yes, Wendy.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a question. Sorry.
Well,
Yep,
I was going to make sure that we were reminding them about the cookie kickoffs. You'd have that,
yep,
right?
That's on my notes as well. Yep.
Perfect.
At our next town hall, it'll be a fun and relaxing town hall. We'll be talking about self-care and treating yourself, which is something we all deserve in our busy lives. There will be cookie kickoffs this month on the 27th and 28th. Please register by January 14th. And it's never too early to register for the next town hall as well. That being said, thank you all again for everything you do. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy day and your busy life to hang out with Troop Support. Have a great rest of your week and have a great start to the cookie season. We hope to hear from you soon with all good things the cookie season brings. Fingers crossed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany and Wendy and Eleanor.
Yes.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks for everyone for coming. It's so appreciated.